Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. This is your boy TK, along with my man O. Say what up to the peeps.
What's going on, people?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back in the cut in the new year, and we're going to change some things and put the switch on y'all this year. So y'all might want to get used to how things are going now with the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. So, one thing we are going to do, it's probably going to be every podcast, and over time we may kind of switch things up. We're going to start the day by saying affirmation every podcast. And so when I say affirmations, I'm saying we're not just going to say them. Y'all can repeat them after. And the more you say these, the more you put oomph behind them, and the more you know, say them with confidence, you will be surprised at what happens in your life. Trust me, because I've used these among others, and I would say I am quote unquote amazed at what has happened in my life as a part of me doing this as a part of my morning and part of my day every single day. So, with that said, and now listen, if you can't say this out loud because you're in a room with other people, then do it in your mind. To let your mind concentrate on what it is we're saying, and just kind of say it in your mind if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So, y'all ready? All right, here we go. So just repeat after me. All right, here we go. Today will be a good day.
Today will be a good day.
Today will be a great day.
Today will be a great day.
Today will be an awesome day.
Today will be an awesome day.
Today will be an amazing day.
Today will be an amazing day.
Today will be a phenomenal day.
Today will be a phenomenal day.
Today will be stress-free.
Today will be stress-free.
Today will be a stressless day.
Today will be a stressless day.
Today, I will overcome all barriers that want to block my progress.
Today, I will overcome all barriers that want to block my progress.
Today, all circumstances, issues, and situations will work in my favor.
Today, all circumstances, issues, and situations will work in my favor.
Today, all things will line up for my good.
Today, all things will line up for my good.
Today, I will become better than who I was and what I was yesterday.
Today, I will become better than who and what I was yesterday.
I am a go-getter.
I am a go-getter.
I am victorious.
I am victorious.
I am triumphant.
I am triumphant.
I am an overcomer.
I am an overcomer.
I never lose.
I never lose.
I either win or I learn.
I either win or I learn.
I take authority over this day.
I take authority over this day.
I will dominate this day.
I will dominate this day.
I will conquer this day.
I will conquer this day.
And everything I have spoken into this day will happen as I have affirmed.
Everything I have spoken into this day will happen as I have affirmed.
Because I am more than a conqueror.
Because I am more than a conqueror.
Boom, there it is.
Give it up for yourself.
Give it up for yourselves. That's right. Give it up for yourselves. Because listen, I know that seemed to be kind of like a long list, and we'll get through it faster as we go on, but we wanted to kind of set the tone for how things are going to go in the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast right now. Because listen, we talked about affirmations in our last podcast about particularly doing them in the morning to set the tone for your day. And so being it's Wednesday morning at 7 a.m., those of you who are listening to us when we come on, it's to setting the tone for your day. And this can set the tone for your day every day, not just on Wednesday, every day. So we're going to put these in the notes section of the podcast, so you guys can actually say these every day to yourself, out loud or in your mind, depending on where you are. And every Wednesday when we come on, we're gonna roll these bad boys out every Wednesday. Like I said, we'll get faster as time goes on. We wanted to kind of set the tone for what's about to come. So we're going to talk today a little bit about what's going on with Frame of Mind Inc. moving forward. So I mentioned last time that we have a partnership now with a company called Yep. And so I just want to kind of give you guys an idea of what this partnership is doing for our company as we collaborate and do some really, really high things, taking our business to the next level, personally and professionally. I tell people all the time that my life is my business and my business is my life. And they kind of just coincide together. So, YEP stands for Young Entrepreneur Project. And YEP is a community of entrepreneurs helping other entrepreneurs become all they were created to be. Now, don't let the name fool you. All right. It's not just for young people in age or the young at heart. All right. It's for anyone whatsoever, whether you are, I could say 18 years old or you're 99 years old. All right. I'm just kind of making that range. All right. So at the same time, it's possible that those who want to get their children involved, at a teenage age, the possibility. But of course, 18 to 99 is for all of you. All right. So what is YEP or what does YEP do that allows you to partner with them and do some incredible things? Well, number one, they offer an unlimited access to mentors and coaches across the globe at any given time. All right. So you have access to a number of mentors and coaches that can help you, of course, do amazing things with your particular company, your personal life, professional life, your finances, whatever it is you're looking to do. All right. Number two, they have access to an unlimited marketplace, allowing you to increase company capital and lower company costs. And the money that you save by lowering your company costs, you can reinvest that back into your business. Now, I'm pretty sure those of us who are entrepreneurs on here that reinvesting back into your business and yet still saving money, that's probably a plus for anybody. I don't care whether you are a small business, large business, or you're, a Fortune 500 or higher. Wouldn't you agree, O?
Yes, sir. I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, yes, sir. Then the third thing is an affiliate marketing program just for recommending YEP to other people. So the affiliate marketing side of it is a if you desire to thing. It's not a have to. It's not, something that we're going to push you to do. It's something that you do if you want to do it. And if you don't, that's 100% fine. But if you definitely want to do something that's going to help grow your business and launch your business or scale your business, whether you're just starting out or you already have a business and you're doing 5, 6, or 7 figures already, that's something that YEP can help you with. All right. Those of you who have children who are looking to get your children into entrepreneurship, this is a great way to get them started early in their career. Let's talk about the wealthy real quick. So there are a lot of things that the wealthy know that a lot of, common, I would say common human beings, I'll say, don't know. And there's a lot of things that we don't know because we don't seek out the knowledge to know it. Not to mention that what we've been taught on a large scale kind of has us kind of in a box to not really accept new ways of doing things or accept new concepts, new ideas, and to quote, think outside the box. And when you are dealing in a circle of wealth, there is no box. The box does not exist.
Right.
Literally, the box
Right.
does not exist. And so this is a way to kind of shape and frame the minds of your children to think in an entrepreneurial way that literally takes the limits off of what uh, we've been taught in society when it comes to working a business, having a business, being an entrepreneur, and living a lifestyle that actually literally brings freedom, not just to you, but to those who are around and connected to you, and allows you to do it for others as well. All right. And a number of individuals who are, in this partnership are like top 5 people in their industry who are mentoring and coaching you. So one of the people we have in this company, and you'll start hearing me say we, because it's a partnership and a collaboration. It's not, this is their company and our company, and we just kind of no. It's like it's a we thing. And so um, there's one particular mentor and coach in this company. She's top 5 in Pinterest and what she does. So if you're looking for to do things in Pinterest, that she's in this company, and she can definitely tell you how to get Pinterest to work for your business or for you individually. There's others in here who are top 5 in Facebook, others who are top 5 in Instagram, others who are top 5 in YouTube, and other industries that we have, and the list kind of goes on and on and on. So um, it also allows you yourself to become a mentor or a coach, a part in this community in your partnership. So those are the things that I'm excited about. And two, the core values align with what we do here at Fame of Mind Inc. And that's important because you want to have business partners and collaborators whose core values align with yours. Now, notice I said core values, not just values, core
Right.
values. So there's a difference between having values and core values. Like core values are like the very being of who you are. Like it's the deep down, almost foundational stuff of who you are. That your regular values, not to negate them, but they can definitely be a little more shaky, could you say, depending on how your business model is or what you're doing, or to the fact that you may decide to change those values based on who you're doing business with or whether you choose to compromise or not. I'll leave that right there. I want to dive in deeper than that. But core values versus values, there's your difference right there. So before I keep moving on, is there anything you want to add or anything you want to say as I'm going through this?
Nah, keep going, man. You good.
All right, I'm trying to make sure I'm not talking so much. Everybody,
No,
make sure we
man.
hear
Hey.
both voices. Hear both
Oh
voices now.
man, you got the glow, brother. You got
All right. My co-host said, "Keep going." I'm good.
He got the glow. He got the glow. We gonna run with we run with the good running back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's digress just a little bit, and let's. I don't want to take y'all back too far, but let's go back to COVID real quick. All right. So the COVID shutdown allowed for a lot of us to kind of be at home, stay at home, and either figure out what we're going to do next or decide I'm going to let somebody else figure out for me what I'm going to do next. And so there are those who actually thrived in the pandemic, and then there's those who didn't. I'm pretty sure the numbers don't really match up. There's those who probably, the ones that didn't are probably much higher than those who did. So, and I'm talking from a business perspective. So, just increase your mind capacity just at the moment as we're talking about this, okay? So, for those who are mentors and coaches, COVID pretty much shut them down for speaking engagements and income streams. Not to mention other entrepreneurs who traveled a lot and did things. So there's a number of people that I know who had multiple streams of income dry up due to COVID-19. So what happened? They had to find another source of income, or they had to kind of pivot in order to find, okay, what am I going to do now that COVID has kind of blocked everything? Notice today in our affirmations, we said what? We said, today I will overcome all barriers that want to block my progress. Excuse me. And so you have to have the mindset to understand that no matter what comes my way, I'm going to overcome it. And you have to either you find a way, you make a way, or as my mentor, Dr. Stan Breakthrough Harris says, by the grace of Almighty God, I'll create it or invent it. So that's how you kind of have to go about doing things. So as a result, the partnership that we have with Yep right now allows us to partner with people such as Kevin Harrington, people like James Malinchak, people like Steve Mandel. And some of you are probably, well, who are these people if you haven't heard of them? And some of you are probably like, oh, those guys are partners with you guys now? Yes, we're partners with these people now. So I'm going to just revert. Kevin Harrington. For those of you who don't know, Kevin Harrington is one of the original sharks on Shark Tank. And so
also known as Mr. Wonderful.
Also known as Mr. Wonderful. Exactly. So this is a man who is a million or billionaire who is a part of this company that we partner with that we have at our disposal as a mentor, coach, or whatever it is he's choosing to do in here. And because we partner with this company, we now are partners with Kevin Harrington. James Malinchak, those of you who don't know, he is the star of Secret Millionaire on ABC. If you ever seen Secret Millionaire, James Malinchak is the man that is the main. He is the Secret Millionaire, pretty much. And so, if you ever seen the show, it kind of reminds me of I can't remember. I think it was, what was that show that had? It was like the boss went undercover for their own company. Yes, Undercover Boss. So it's similar to that, but the difference is that James Malinchak, he goes, excuse me, undercover for organizations that they find that are doing great things in communities, this, that, and the other. And he goes undercover and he works for them as a regular person that they hired. And he goes through their organization. He's working, seeing what they do. And the thing is, he has an idea of what they do because they've researched it. But then when he goes through it and sees what they really do, at the end of it, he kind of reveals himself and says, hey, time for me to go. But one thing I let you know is that I'm not who you think I am. And then he reveals who he is. And then he chooses to say, hey, I want to help your organization out. And what he does is he pretty much just writes a fat check to the organization, pretty much is what he does. So he's called Secret Millionaire. And so James Malinchak is also partnered with this company as a coach, mentor, and whatever else he's choosing to do. This company, yes, we have access to James Malinchak. And then also I mentioned Steve Mandel. And for those of you who may not know who Steve Mandel is, he's owns one of the top sports agent companies in the land, period. I didn't know much about Steve Mandel. I had heard of him. I didn't know much about him until I partnered with Yep. And the one huge thing that caught my eye is that he's taken 25 companies to over $30 million. 25 companies, over $30 million. I won't name some of the brands out there because I don't want to take that time up. And for those of you who are like, is this really real? Like, look, I challenge you to Google them. Google them. You will see exactly who they are. So these are the kind of the company that we're kind of surrounding ourselves with now. So if you're an entrepreneur, I highly suggest that you check out Yep and find out who they are, what they are, and why they do it. So I'll kind of put in here the link you guys can go to because they have a few, but I want to make sure I put the actual one you can kind of go and check things out and see what they are and what they're doing here. So if you're listening to the podcast now, make sure you go to the notes section of the podcast and get the link to go check out Yep and do that. So entrepreneurs, I highly recommend you at least go check it out. It may or may not be for you, but I found out that a Payment Mind Inc., it was definitely for us. Hands down, period, no questions asked. So Real quick, um, if someone were to tell you, oh, that you could have access to people of this caliber uh, for for a fraction of what it costs to actually get them, would you be interested in it?
It would pique my interest. Yeah,
Pique your interest.
it would
Okay.
pique my interest.
So for those of you who are interested, I
It
would
would definitely
suggest you
pique my interest.
at least to go look at it and check it out. Again,
Right.
I'm not here to persuade anyone to do anything, but like I said, what has happened to me as the CEO of the company of Fame of Mine Inc. What has happened over the last 8 months due to COVID has literally positioned me in a place where now I am in front of millionaires and billionaires who can do unimaginable things. So the vision that I have for this company is now to a point where I can just have a sit down, a talk, and who knows what can come of that? Who knows? So the name of the game is called leverage. That's the name of the game. The kind of leverage you have when you partner with people who are of this caliber. So uh, that's exciting to us, and that's exciting to me um, because when you're an entrepreneur, especially when you're an out of the box thinker, and people don't really understand you, they don't understand why you do things, how you do things, and a lot of times you feel alone in doing it. But with this community, I have found, as O said in a previous podcast, I found my tribe. I found my tribe. So now I recognize, man, I'm like, these are the people I've been looking for the longest time. Didn't know where they were. And now that I found them, I'm like, oh, it's where y'all been hiding at. It's where y'all been at, you know? And so it's been an amazing 8-month journey where I really wasn't sure what Frame of Mind Inc. was going to do. I mean, I knew we weren't going to like fold and go over. Like we were good, but this podcast gave me new life. And I'm appreciative for number one for for hanging in there with me and coming in with me. I'm also appreciative to you guys for listening and for keeping us going because what happened in that 8 months, I'm now bringing that back to you guys and bringing you guys value to your personal life, to your professional life, to your business, to whatever it is, your finances. And Fame of Mine Inc., we're all about that. We're all about bettering the individual, if not bettering the company, not just our company, but your company or in what you're doing. And so it aligns with everything that we've established when we first built this company about 4 years ago. And for those of you who don't know, and I'm gonna let O get here in a minute, is that Fame of Mine Inc. is 4 years old, but the business of what I do is probably about more than 10 years old. But Fame of Mine Inc. was the change that we made. And then when we made that change, everything just kind of fell in line with what we do. And so that's the thing that I love about it. Oh, I'm gonna let you go and say a few
I
things.
was gonna say, I just gonna say, ever since my boy TK got in this, man, he I ain't seen him smile this much in my life. I can hear that he's happy, right? And my wife even said the same thing. She said, "Looks like your boy TK is look like he found something." You know what I'm saying? So I gotta vouch for him. Tell him what you're doing tomorrow, man.
Oh, what I'm doing? You know what? Well, technically, I'm actually already here, but
Ah,
I'm already here.
right,
But
right,
what I am doing tomorrow is I'm going to be, and I'm already in it. Where I'm actually in Florida,
right.
where with my partners and collaborators, and Kevin Harrington is here, James Malinchek is here, and Steve Bandel is here, and we are getting a lot of impartation and empowerment from not just these guys, but those who are part of Yep, a lot of their mentors and coaches. And where we are in Florida, um, we had a resort. And so we're doing both business and pleasure. And I'm having an amazing time, man. And where I like when I got here, um, I was like, this is the beginning of a brand new life. Beginning of a brand new life. I mean, where we're at, you got to either have the dough, or you got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Plain and simple. And so I'm like, you know what? This is a brand new way of life for me and my family. Now, it's not to be boastful, or not to say, oh man, we got it like that. It's like, look, I want to be able to give back to people who can't or are not able to do for themselves. Help them get them on their feet, help them achieve their goals as I'm achieving my goals and receiving the help and assistance I need to achieve my goal. And so I'm here down in sunny Florida. Forgive me for all of y'all who are up north and where it's cold. That's all right. I'll be back in a few days. I'll be up there with you. So, but yeah, and so I'm putting Frame of Mind Inc. right in front of these guys' face. And I'm like, all right, what can we do? What can we do? Because I want to bring you guys value. I want to bring you guys I don't want to bring you just apparel that says positive things and helps your mind to think positive things. I want to give you guys more behind that. I want to give you guys great content. I want to give you guys, a great podcast and great, inspirational videos and have interviews with people who are going to increase your capacity of how you think. Like I plan on having these guys on the podcast. That's a part of the plan. Like I'm the vision that I have is so much more clearer now because now I have this entire community behind me that's saying, what do you want to do? How can we help you get there? Let's go. That's powerful, especially when you felt like you've been all alone for so long, and then all of a sudden 8 months go by and you be like, oh, I didn't know this even existed. And so when I say partnership and collaboration, it's like, that's what we do. Like we lift each other up. There's no, oh, so-and-so's moving too fast. Let's drag them back down. Nah, keep going. Because the faster you move, the faster we gonna move. We all gonna move together. And that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. So
that's what's that.
Take a brief little break here. When we come back, we're gonna talk about what's changed with us here at Frame of Mind Inc. And then what's to come at Frame of Mind Inc. moving forward. So take a brief break, come back, digest all that I just gave you, and we'll be back in a few. Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. Are you looking for an apparel company that's positive, uplifting, and truly cares about you? Then look no further. Frame of Mind Inc., an apparel brand company, impresses on individuals to think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. Get positive apparel, such as t-shirts, hoodies, and wristbands for children, teens, and adults in various colors and sizes. Customized services include logo and t-shirt design, screen printing for individuals, families, schools, profit, and nonprofit organizations. You can reach Frame of Mind Inc. at 302-689-3499 or visit their website at www.frameofmindinc.com. Frame of Mind Inc. Think it, speak it, achieve it. Welcome back to the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. When we left, we were talking about our partnership with YEP, meaning the Young Entrepreneur Project, and who our partners are, what they do, why they do it, and a couple of big names who are also a part of this company. We mentioned to you guys Kevin Harrington, James Malinchek, Steve Mandel, and whatnot. I'm not going to reveal too much because some things are still kind of in the works, but I'm getting some intel down here in Florida, so I'll just hold on to that until they say we're allowed to release it. So just know there's more coming. But right now, I plan on coming back home up north with some sort of business deal worked out. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm speaking that into the atmosphere. Period. End of story. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I just know it's gonna happen. That's all I'm saying. So right now we're gonna talk about what's changed with Frame of Mind Inc. And a lot of you guys, you guys are probably thinking we didn't know we were gonna kind of go here like this, but we want to set the foundation for where we're going with this podcast and with this company as well. So a number of you know we have our apparel brand, our online store. We have our music section where we do music production, writing songs, writing music, lyrics, arrangement, all that stuff. And then we have our video production side where we're doing, social media, advertisements for people, voiceovers, things of that nature. So, and then we added the podcast back in April 2019 that we added. And so during that time, we had started out with myself and O, and then we bought Shalise on probably about the second or third podcast. We bought her in, and she rocked out with us up to about October. Now she's off doing her thing with her own podcast, and so you got me and O back again. We're not sure if we're going to add a third person in or not. As of right now, we're just going to rock out to us and do what we do. And if a third person fits the mold, we'll gladly bring them in. It's that simple. So you guys haven't said you're tired of hearing our voices, so we're gonna keep talking. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. So what's changed with Him Mining? Number one, we are in the midst of starting a Facebook group page. And so for those of you who do know, we have a business page on Facebook, but that business page is now going to transfer over to a Facebook group page. So you will listen hearing about that in the next coming weeks. We're adding content in there. And the awesome thing about that is that it allows us to be a lot more engaging on social media. Allows us to have a lot more fun on social media. And it's not just me. I have other administrators who are going to actually be working with me to post in there and to keep the group moving. So I'm excited about that because those who are admins that are going to be helping me in the Facebook group are some of my partners that I have just met in Yep. I paused on purpose. People I just met in Yep have agreed to partner with me to help me run the Facebook group. Let that sink in for me. All right, moving on. So the Instagram page. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that. We actually still have the FofM Mining Instagram page. I haven't done much with that because I was thinking about transitioning from that Instagram page to my TK page on Instagram. And now that I have this new group we're starting, I'm heavily considering going back to the Instagram page for FofM Mining and connecting that to the group. So we'll see how that goes. As far as Twitter's concerned, that remains the same. We're not huge on Twitter, but we have it there because it is another platform for us to use. Eventually, we'll kind of tackle Twitter and see how we can help that work to our advantage. Again, we have people who are top 5 in the Twitter industry that can help us maximize that. And once we're ready to do that, we're going to call on them and they're going to help us rock out. So, YouTube. There probably will be some changes to our YouTube channel, but we'll see. But that is still there right now that we have. We'll come back to that later. And then, of course, LinkedIn. We'll update our profile on LinkedIn. It's under my profile, but it's under me being the CEO of FofM Mining Inc. But nothing major going on there. But definitely much more engagement on social media. There's a lot we can do with our group page. That's going to be extremely awesome. So you guys want to make sure once we start, putting invites out there, you want to jump on that because eventually, once we get to a certain point, you'll be able to find us, but you'll have to kind of get let into the group. So that's just a hint right there. So when we open the doors, you want to jump in early because once the doors close, now you got to kind of be let in. All right, so that you know.
How many people?
What's that? Oh,
how many people when you gonna shut the doors on? How many people?
We haven't put that number out yet.
Okay.
So once we open the doors officially, we'll probably put a number on it. Not to mention, we'll probably say, look, we might have some sort of contest or some sort of giveaway or something. I don't know.
I got you,
so
brother.
we'll see how that goes. But we didn't put a number on it yet. So I got to talk to my collaborators and see what we're gonna do. How we gonna make that work?
Got it.
Updates to the website. the look of it and the store. So the look of it likely will be changing to a degree. That all will be predicated on what kind of business deal we get when we leave Florida. All I'm gonna say. All right. The store itself will likely all depend on the look of it. What happens when we get whatever deal we get when we leave Florida? So, look, I'm not just saying this to get you to wet your whistle. Like I'm speaking this stuff as I'm talking. So y'all know our tagline is "Think it, speak it, achieve it." It's not there just to be there to look all pretty and nice. No, this is what we do.
Right.
So as our minds think of things, eventually we start speaking them, and eventually we start walking them out. So as my mind is thinking it and I'm speaking it, before I leave Florida, I'm going to walk this thing out. So I'm leaving here with a business deal with someone who's going to want to invest in our company in a huge way. Plain and simple. So you heard it here on Wednesday. All right. I'm here for a few more days. And I am saying by the time we have our next podcast, next Wednesday, I'm like, remember when I said last week that I was, yeah. So that happened. And y'all gonna be like, okay, he's for real. Of course I'm for real. Like there's nothing else. I mean, either you about it or you're not. And some of you probably saying, man, TK sounds different. I'm like, you know what? I sound different now because what we did in 2020 was kind of what we did to start things off. But now it's like the whole game has just changed for us over here. So we are doing things in a whole new different way on the FofM Inc. podcast as a company as a whole. All right, moving on. Eventually, we're going to add, more music and more video projects to the website, and we'll engage on those things, of course, on our social media platforms. For me personally, my Facebook page has already changed. The one that I do have, I'm going to be moving away from that one and moving to the one that I've created that I've been working on for the past 2.5 months. And I'll actually put the page in the notes because after every podcast, we put the notes in there for how to contact myself and O on social media. So my Facebook page is going to change. So just make sure that you be on the lookout for that. All right. Instagram, I'm not sure if I'm changing the Instagram for me personally. I may keep what I have and just integrate that into my new page on Facebook. We'll see how that goes. Twitter remains the same as it did with the business. Eventually, we'll kind of tackle that, and we'll get one of our top 5 experts to help us tackle Twitter, and we'll go for it. YouTube's up in the air. I do have a YouTube channel out there that's under TK, but I'm not sure what I want to do with that right now. So that's kind of like not a secret, but it's nothing that I really put out there. So if you happen to find it, stumble upon it, that's great. It's nothing too much on there right now, but so what's to come? FofM Inc. And if you want to stop me anytime, just stop me and say something. I don't want to, let me know.
You got it.
Yeah. So what's to come for FofM Inc? Eventually we're going to have our own challenges. When I say challenges, meaning so I remember I was telling you guys last week about the challenge that we have with Yep. Eventually we're going to have our own challenges, and they're going to be partnerships with Yep. When? I don't know. But that's something that we're planning on doing. And so when you guys, because right now, Yep is doing another challenge starting next week, February 1st. So if you want to jump in on that, simply go to yeptosuccess.com and you can register for the new challenge that Yep is doing. Now, the challenges that Yep does, they're not like, going on Facebook and doing the sibling challenge and posting a picture. It ain't that. That's just something nice and fun and happy to do. But the ones we're doing, they're life changing. You get impartation and empowerment from people like Les Brown, people like Willie Jolly, people like James Malinchek, Kevin Harrington, and the list goes on and on. Not to mention the coaches and mentors who are a part of Yep already. And if I was to name them, you guys wouldn't know who they were because they're not famous. But that doesn't mean they don't have value to give. They have a lot of value to give. Trust me, I've learned a lot in the past 2.5 months from these mentors and coaches that are part of YEP, who none of us have ever heard of a day in our lives, but the value they bring to people is utterly amazing. So, more content is in the works, and we're going to bring you guys value, 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 and more value. Plain and simple. Whether it's interviewing, people who are high in their industry, interviewing other mentors and coaches, bringing them on, and look, by all means, you guys have someone you guys want us to interview or bring on the show, let us know. Like I said, you can always contact us at FofM podcast at frameofmindinc.com. Again, that's FofM podcast at frameofmindinc.com. It's always in the podcast notes. So if you need to find it, you can find it in the podcast notes as well. All right. Contests and giveaways. That's a big one. Like we're going to start doing that more often than not. Now, we're not going to do it every week. We might not even do it every month. But it is going to happen once a quarter. That's for sure. So this is what you're going to want to do. All right. You're going to want to get involved in everything that we're doing. So if you're not on our email list, you want to get on that. You can go to our website and join the email list. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, once we open it up, you're going to want to get a part of that. All right. On our Instagram. Okay. If you are, not a part of any of those things you want, and anything that we start up and do, a part of the company, you want to be a part of, because there may be a contest or a giveaway we do on Facebook, we're not going to do on a website. Right. But if you're not on the Facebook group, you're not going to be able to be a part of the contest or the giveaway. Might be something we do on the website we don't do on Facebook. But if you're not a part of the website or part of the email list, you won't get a chance to be a part of it. So you want to get locked into everything. Because I'm telling you, once the trains start moving, it's going to move fast. So you want to make sure you get in and be positioned, because we're going to have fun. We're going to have value. We're going to be engaged. And literally, we're going to change the world and flip it upside down. Over and over again. All right. And again, I said more interviews on our podcast. There's other things we're going to do on our Facebook page and group. Our Facebook group. We'll be doing lives. And I mean, just a number of things that are just going to really just be amazing that we're going to do. So get locked in early, know what's going on, know what's going down. All right. What's the other thing I wanted to say? Yeah, just stay connected. Just stay connected. Because you never know when we're going to do something on a platform that you're not connected with. And then you're like, oh, I didn't know. Get connected. Get connected. That's simple. So I don't have much else to say on this. This is a kind of everything in a nutshell. So if you didn't really know what we were doing at Frame of Mind Inc., you now know where we're going and what's to come. So the podcast plays its own part, but at the same time, everything kind of works together. So I'm gonna let O jump in here and just kind of give his 100% spiel. I'm not gonna say 2 cents, because Omar, he don't drop 2 cents. When he drops something, it's gonna be a wad or something. So I'm gonna let him drop his wad real quick.
No, yeah, but
that might not have sounded right, but y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. I'm gonna let him drop his wad of cash on this topic. Come on, that's what I'm talking
about. It's exciting to see the direction, of the Frame of Mind Inc. brand as a whole. It's going to be a good year, and then I'll even, like I said, if you hit, I'm the stock man, so if you hit hit our email or get in contact with either me or TK, you can even ask me about certain stocks that you want or certain stocks that you're looking at, and I can get back to you with some what my thoughts are on it. So I'm going to give some more value. So we give value. So there's some value.
That's what I'm talking about. See, look what we done started. Look what we done started.
Yeah, man. So, I'll add to that value. And if y'all hit us up, Just ask me about a company and we can go through it. I'll let you know.
Listen, when I tell you O got the sauce, I'm telling you, not everybody has this sauce that O has. So I'm like, look, you got to put something together. And then, so that way, see, this is what happens. When you start providing value to people, and they start seeing results from it,
yeah,
that's when you know you've hit the jackpot. Not just money wise, just that when someone says, my back was against the wall and I was getting ready to quit, and then you came along and you helped me find a reason to keep going. That is priceless. That is priceless. And so, like we said, we're going to keep bringing y'all value, and more value, and everything else we have to offer and give. So, thanks for that. Oh, that was listen, that was unexpected. I did not know he was going to say that. So that got me excited. I'm like, look, I'm gonna have my pen and paper. Like, okay, what did they say? What was the question? All right, what do you suggest, brother?
Yeah,
I'm gonna have my pen and paper and be writing stuff down.
Hopefully, people hear this, man. Hopefully, they, I'm not a fiduciary, so it's just my opinion. I'm not a banker. You know what I mean? I'm not I don't have my licenses, but it's Omar's opinion. But if you want some, my opinion on some things, send the information our way, and we can talk about it on the next podcast.
And listen, he's giving y'all a disclaimer, but O's opinion gets straight up results.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. His opinion gets straight up results.
Right.
So listen, he ain't famous, but he got the sauce. Like I said, the mentors and coaches, they're not famous, but they got the sauce. So, right. I just said back in the day, you all in the Kool-Aid don't know the flavor. Well, I'm in the sauce and I know what it tastes like. Okay. I'm in the sauce and I know what it tastes like. Now I'm about to get the ingredients and I'm about to make my own sauce.
There we go.
There you go. One last thing. TD Jake said at one of his marketplace talk that, people don't want to get, grandma's recipe. They want to keep eating it and eating it and eating it. But then when grandma passed away, so nobody know how to make it. And when grandma passes away, so does that recipe.
Right.
So don't let the recipe die. Find out what the recipe is so you can go make your own.
Right.
And keep that thing moving. And that's what we're doing here at Family Money. We are getting the recipe and we are making our own stuff and we're collaborating and we're joining up, partnering with people because you can't do it alone. Don't be a solopreneur. Don't be a solopreneur. Trust me, you will spend a lifetime trying to get where it is you want to go being a solopreneur. And what will happen is you'll end up wanting to blame everybody else except for yourself because you chose to do it alone rather than get others to come along with you. And that getting others may have to be outside of your circle, outside of family, outside of friends. It may come from perfect strangers. Remember that show for Perfect Strangers back in the day? Perfect Strangers. Yeah. From different parts of the world. But they got along just like brothers. Once they got to know each other, it was like they were like two peas in a pod. Mm-hmm. And I'm finding out that strangers who I met a month ago are now partners of mine who want to help me grow my brand. That's amazing. So for all of us here at Frame of Mind Inc., guys, we will see you guys next Wednesday. I'm going to stay down here in Florida and keep doing my thing. When I come back next week and we talk, it's going to be a new deal on the table. Trust me when I say, because I am in front of millionaire and billionaire company, and I ain't down here to play games. I'm down here to get it done. So for all of us here, see y'all next week. Have a great day. Don't forget, I will post those affirmations in the notes. Take them down, write them down, and say them to yourself every day. All right? The 2 greatest words you can ever say are I am. And whatever comes after that needs to be something that's positive, uplifting, and encouraging. Plain and simple. All right? Frame Money Inc. Podcast. I'll holla. Don't forget to check us out on the web at www.frameofmindinc.com, where you can browse our online apparel store, listen to some of our original music and production services, as well as view our videos and projects we've done for our clients and customers.